The woman ate spinach for 3 meals a day, but when he ate spinach on this day, the family was shocked, because the mother never ate like this. Looking at the younger son who didn't seem to like his cooking, the woman suddenly stared at him strangely, then picked up the omelette on the table and ate it frantically, and then handed the remaining omelette to the son to eat. Looking at her son with a look of disgust, the angry woman knocked the food on the table to the ground. The son was suddenly frightened and burst into tears. No one knew what had happened to mother. Before going to bed at night, the man asked his wife why he lost his temper when he ate today, and his wife said that he had been working overtime in the company today and did not go home at all. Hearing this, the man suddenly realized that something was wrong, since his wife did not come home, who was eating with them today. As everyone knows, the family's nightmare also began at this time. The night is quiet, the little girl is sleeping in the house, the quilt was suddenly pulled open by a mysterious force. Small Beauty also thought it was a prank made by his brother, when she got up to check, but found that it was his father. Looking at his father's fierce expression, Small Beauty was frightened and shivered instantly, because his father never went into his room. Fortunately, his father did not hurt him, and he turned and left the room. The next day, Small Beauty looked at the father who pretended to be nonchalant, did not eat the rice, and turned to school. After yesterday's experience, Small Beauty no longer dared to sleep in his room, so at night knocked on the door of his sister, told his sister what happened yesterday. After listening to her sister, in any case do not believe, did not expect that just then, the father directly burst in, and before his daughter could react, the father took out a knife and slowly walked over. Fortunately, my sister was quick with her eyes and hands and knocked my father aside in time. But as soon as the two sisters ran out of the room, the father appeared in front of them, and then grabbed the sister's hair and threw her out. My sister quickly came forward to see if my sister had anything, and looked at my father still refused to let her go, so scared that she quickly ran down the stairs and hid downstairs. Seeing that his daughter had gone into hiding, the father took out a hammer and looked for her. Watching the youngest daughter is about to be found, suddenly came the eldest daughter's cry upstairs. It was just the unconscious sister woke up. When the sister did not know what the situation, the father a hammer round over. Watching the sister will die, the sister appeared in time to call the father, then a pan hit the past. At this critical moment, the father's voice was suddenly strange downstairs, saw the father coming slowly from the stairs. The two daughters were frightened and shivered. Strangely, the father seemed to know nothing about the things just now. If this is the real father. But who was that guy? When no one knew what was going on, the mother suddenly picked up the hammer on the ground, and then hit the father with a hammer. Looking at the sisters who were scared and held in a group, the mother had a strange smile on her face and then walked into the room strangely. Just as everyone was losing their wits, my mother's voice suddenly came from downstairs. Looking at the mother slowly from downstairs to come up, the father hurriedly opened the room just now, strangely, opened the door inside but empty. Realizing that something dirty might have entered the house, the father called his brother, an exorcist, early the next morning to ask for help. After my brother learned this, he hurried to the home to check the situation. Sure enough, after a spell of magic, he learned that his brother's home was haunted by the devil. He said that the devil is very terrible, can change into the appearance of anyone in the family to kill. In order to prevent the tragedy, his brother proposed to stay together at night to sleep, perhaps so that the devil will not appear. But by 2 o'clock in the morning, the devil still found the door. The family all slept in the living room, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, the younger brother suddenly urinated and went to the toilet. Just as the boy goes to the bathroom, demon. But the change became a boy's appearance, picked up a knife and inserted it into the priest's head. But the moment the knife went down was fixed in the air. The devil also wanted to attack again. How expected, this time was also set in the air. The demon, who realized that something was wrong, quickly left here. As everyone knows, the reason why the devil did not succeed in murder is because the priest was prepared. He did not sleep at all. It turns out that the family is haunted by demons, and his ultimate goal is to destroy them all. Early in the morning, the priest turned on the surveillance camera to check the demon's tracks from last night. Seeing that the demon has possessed human wisdom, the priest hurriedly invited his teacher to come and help him, because with his ability, he simply cannot contend with the demon. Soon, the priest came to the airport to meet the arrival of the teacher. How to expect when he drove to the home with the teacher, the sky suddenly appeared a group of crows, crazy rushed to his glass, and finally, because of the road conditions, cannot see directly with the car fell off the cliff. And at the same time, the devil has also been eyeing the girl. When the girl came to the basement to find something, the fireplace behind him suddenly inexplicably opened automatically, and then the lights in the basement began to flicker and dim, and before the girl could figure out what was going on, he was suddenly pushed by a mysterious force into the fireplace, and then the fireplace was suddenly closed, and then ignited a raging fire. Seeing that the second daughter could not be found, the father quickly tied the eldest daughter family to the bed. Fortunately, it didn't last long, covered with wounded gods. He said that his teacher had been killed in a car accident, and now the devil can only be solved by him. Then the priest sprinkled the girl with holy water and lashed her with a wicker. Looking at the priest more and more ruthless, the mother quickly begged the priest to stop. But the father was not happy at this time, a wife held against the wall. Seeing this scene at this time, the priest no longer chooses to pretend. The original priest is the real devil at this time. After learning the truth of everything, his father rushed up to teach him, only to be slapped fly. Just as the demon was about to take care of the father, the real priest suddenly appeared. It turned out that the priest did not die in the car accident just now, and only he survived the accident. That the youngest son is still in the basement. The priest immediately took the man to the basement, but at this time, the devil has become the appearance of the eldest daughter. Fortunately, the priest saw through her as the devil, took out the God mirror on his body, thought the devil will be successfully destroyed by the priest. How to expect the devil is too strong, with the strength of the priest cannot contend with it. With the devil into his body, the priest used his last will, picked up the cross into his own heart, with the blood of the devil read the whole cross. The devil was also completely solved at this time, and finally the family got rid of the devil. Unfortunately, the second daughter left them forever. The film tells us that the home must not be equipped with a stove. If the family's home does not have a fireplace, perhaps the second daughter will not die. Subscribe to me and get you into the movie world.